chalk glow, coffee cup and a tight throat, dreams talking in the background, truth echo through the price flow. I'm trying to stay steady in the storm of the day, 'cause the markets don't care what I'm trying to say. But I breathe slow, let the moment unfold. Ain't no rush to the gold, all the lessons turn to soul. 'Cause the waves don't wait, they just roll on through. And I ride what I can't let the rest drift loose. It's a long, long road, but I'm finding my grooves. Yeah, the waves don't wait, but they always tell the truth. I've been fighting old shadows, calling out all the bad codes. Mind tight like a clenched fist, learning how to let the past go. Every candle is a mirror if you let it be. Every loss is a teacher trying to set you free. So I breathe slow, let the tension let go. Open hands hold more than a heart full of control. 'Cause the waves don't wait, they just roll on through. And I ride what I can't let the rest drift loose. It's a long, long road, but I'm finding my groove. Yeah, the waves don't wait, but they always tell the truth. Oh, that the stillness keeps. Got a tribe on the journey and a fire in my chest, trying to be a better man than I was yesterday, I guess. 'Cause the waves don't wait, they just roll on through. And I ride what I can't let the rest drift loose. It's a long, long road, but I'm finding my groove. Yeah, the waves don't wait, but they always tell the truth. Ooh, the waves don't wait, but I'm learning how to move.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Thank you all for being here. Hope you all had an amazing weekend. Hope you all had an amazing weekend. I hope you had an even better Thanksgiving. I did see Thanksgiving Day, but, it's been a couple days since then. And yeah, I just hope you all are happy and healthy and bellies all full and you're ready for December. What are we going to get in December? We'll see. We'll see. Right now, we're getting a little bit of a dipsy-do. Getting a little bit of a dump here on the markets. And it is not just Bitcoin and crypto. We've also got the S&P 500 down and the NASDAQ and the Dow all down right now. And, well, the dollar is flat. So, what's going on, everybody? Let's say good evening in the chat. Let's say good evening to the chat. What's going on? Inked Pirate, a.k.a. Johnny December. Thank you for being here. What's going on? Alexandra G. How you doing? How you doing? Mod Queen, Mod Boss, Mod God. Thank you for pinning that Discord link in the chat. Do greatly appreciate that. Please join the Discord. Link is pinned in the chat. And yes, you cannot use a VPN when you are verifying for the Discord. But I'm pretty sure you can use it once you're verified. It just doesn't allow it for the verification process. So, no VPNs. It really helps with scammers and stuff like that. So my verification process is pretty tight, pretty locked down for especially for a free Discord. So plan on keeping it free for as long as I possibly can. If it ever gets to be too terrible, as far as like scammers, if it's too terrible to handle, I will definitely maybe do like $5 or something. Not that I would just do something with that, like give it away or something. But outside of that, yeah. What's going on, Wick's wife? Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it. And Pud999, good evening, good evening. Don't know, or 99. Don't know exactly who you are, but that's okay. We still got the ats next to the names. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. What's going on, Melissa? One Love, LBC OG in the house. Good evening, Wave Riders. Thank you all for being here. If you wouldn't mind going ahead and smashing up that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, good evening, Jesus Saves. Good evening. God bless. Thank you for being here. All right, we've got officially Christmas colors on the charts. We've got the candy cane candles, the candle canes, and we've got the red and the green background looking all Christmassy. We're in the spirit around here, okay? We're in the spirit here on Lunar Beaches Crypto. And yeah, if you don't like that, well, you can just get on out. I do greatly appreciate you guys. I want to tighten this up a little bit so I can get a little bit more of the chart in the screen here. There we go. All right, so Bitcoin sitting at $86,604. Let's go ahead and just zoom on in real quick. So we got this nice dump right at market open, the new week open, Asia open. Asia decided they wanted to bring the pain, apparently. So taking back all the gains from last week. Let's see, the low of last week was here. So we've literally taken back all of the gains pretty much. And yeah, now it's just a matter of how low do we go? That's the $1 million question, or the million dollar Bitcoin question? Million Satoshi. That's even better. That's the million Satoshi question. Let's go to the 1 hour. I mean, if you were going short right here, I mean, it would probably be kind of beneficial. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Do your own charting. All that stuff. Otter Gang in the house. What's up? Chicken BMC from AlexO. Chicken 1% BMC. Chicken BMC. Well, good to see you, Chicken. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up a fib. Let's go from the low to high. We've broken the 50 now, I believe. Yep, so we've broken the 50% retracement. Next up will be the Golden Pocket 618 0.65 at 85,325, 84,926 on the low end. And we'll see if we can get a bounce from there. That would be coming into this demand zone right over here. So be coming into that, and we'll just have to see what it does from there. We want to react to price. We can you can't predict it. You can just react and hope for the best. That's pretty much it. Of course, you go for what the most probable outcomes. Now, we often do get a golden pocket bounce. So we want to see if we can get a golden pocket bounce. Now the question then becomes, is that going to be a bounce to new highs, like new local highs? Or is it going to be just a short-term bull trap type deal where we get a bounce, get up into the fair value gap, all up in here, and maybe even take the high and then continue lower? I believe we were talking about this, kind of trying to prep people for potential more downside last week. simply because choppy price action. That we might have gotten our first impulse, but we've taken it all back. So not quite what we were looking for. Very choppy, not enough decision in the market. It's not good. It's not what we want. We want decisive price action like such. And without that, it's just weak. It's just what it is. This just looks like we couldn't find any sellers at this price, but once we broke above 90K, we found sellers. And they sold. Next up, under 80K. Could be. Let's go to the daily chart. Actually, let's start off with the monthly since we just closed the November candle. Thank God. Worst November ever. Coin Bureau called it 2 weeks before November was even over. Okay. It is what it is. They do what they do. Why does I always put a zero line on this thing and it always goes away? Lock. Save. Now, hopefully it won't go away now. All right, so we are pushing downwards here on the monthly chart. We do have wick demand here that we've already tapped into. Maybe we need to get down to the midpoint of that at about $78,700. And then we'll see what we do from there. But right now we can see momentum is clearly waning here. Not good. Let's go to the Coinbase chart because this isn't bringing up volume, any kind of money flow or anything like that. So monthly chart, let's zoom on back out. What's going on, J-Vi? Thank you for being here. R.S. Miller, thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Do greatly appreciate you guys for stopping by. All right, so you can see that, you know, we've broken out of, we broke out of this range here. This, how long were we in this one? Like 8 months. I mean, to the low here, from high to low, it's 153 days. 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. Took us nearly 8 months to break free of this range. And we are on the 8th month right now, from low to low. From high to low, we're only on the 3rd month. From this high, this correction, if it is just a correction, more like looks more like distribution, has been going on for almost a year, 11 months. 11 freaking months. We haven't really done anything this year. Not much at all. Pretty boring, actually. Pretty much just sideways for the entire year. Now, the question is, if distribution, once distribution ends, well, I guess the better question is, was this just distribution or is it accumulation to go firing off into 2026? That's the big question. Now, if we lose this level here, at this low is a low that I do not want to see breached. I've been saying that for literally months at this point. And yeah, that's the one that I want to see held if we are to continue to be bullish. But we break that, then we start looking at, okay, well, maybe we come into a fair value gap here on the monthly, and then we reject down. Maybe we start creating a massive bull pennant. Doubtful, but who knows? Could be the case. Never know. We can only react to once we get to certain price levels and to see what Bitcoin is doing on the lower time frames. But as you can see, November, big red month from open to close. saw a 17.42% loss from top to bottom. You can see down 27.5% from the very top, from the all-time high to the lowest low, 36.36%. So, pretty bearish month. What I'll be looking for now is to see if we just sweep the previous month low and then want to go back to the upside. And then I want to see if we can, well, actually there's no fair value gap here on the monthly created yet. That one's looks pretty mitigated. Getting into demand there. Let's go to the weekly. Time to go to the weekly. Not a very bullish candle here on the weekly for last week. Let's go to the magnet. Someone say magnet. Where's Joe? Where's T.I. Joe? Premium discount. There we go. Yeah, closed below the 50% mark of last week's candle, or the week prior to this past week's candle. Closed below the midway point. That's it's almost always bearish. So I'll be looking for first if we just get a sweep of the previous week low and then go higher, or if it wants to go and take out the previous month low before it potentially goes higher. Now, if we get a weekly candle close below this low at $80,603, then we'll likely see continuation to the downside. It may not be immediate, like we could see a candle body close below this low, and then the very next week have a little bit of a move to the upside. Everybody starts getting really happy again, and then it comes back and just continues lower. Hopefully not taking out the 74K, but if it does, it is what it is. It is what it is. And that might not be the end. However, the odds are that it is. Then we'll probably see, or we would look for a retracement. Then we'd finally get our relief rally. And then just more downside. I cannot do this right. I mean, that actually looks pretty good to me. Unfortunately, it looks pretty good to me. Yeah. It's not good. Yo, what up, Al Jr.? Thank you for being here. Joining from Trade Intuition Stream, LFG, Damp It. Yeah, let's go. Bart Simpson spotted. Bart Simpson has been spotted. What's going on? Army, Piper, what's going on? Piper, how you doing, bro? Piper's talking about the good old Bart Simpson. You got the good old... Oh, I can't. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, 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 bum. Eat my shorts. Hey, there we go. I don't have a picture in front of me, so. So yeah, you can see we got that move above 90K, and that's where we found sellers, and they sold off. So, hey, it is what it is. Let's bring up the, where's it at? SMA, 52-week SMA. Let's zoom on out. You can see, I mean, we're nowhere near that 52-week SMA, and if we do get up to it, then we'll look for it to potentially act as rejection point. So, as we have done before in prior bear markets, we go to Bitstamp chart because this one has more history on it. But you can see you lose the 52-week, you fall out, you come back up, bearishly retest, and then further downside. Much further downside. Get rid of that. Let's do this, do this, do this, do that. There we go. Now we're yellow. Good deal. Now we can see. JR, what's going on, JR? Thank you for being here. Bingo and a bango, what's going on? T.I. Joe, thank you all for being here. Thank you for sending the T.I. Joe crew over. Appreciate you guys so much. You all are amazing. Yeah, so Bitcoin's dumping. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and pull up a fixed range volume profile. Why are we dumping? I don't know. Because there's more sellers than buyers, obviously. You know? Let's see. We've got a nice volume node down here at about 84,530. And that is right in that demand zone. So that's going to be our next level of support. It's just right in here. That is where I'll be looking for some support. We do have buyers there. We have a little bit of a notch down here. So just widen that up just a little bit. And yeah, that's what I will be looking for. I'll be looking for that level. Let's go ahead and pull up some VWAPs here. Let's pull up, well, the monthly, that just wrapped up. So that one's not going to do us any good. Let's pull up the yearly. And we are now below the second deviation. Is that right? No. Okay, it's because we were on too low of a time frame. Now that multiplier band, that second multiplier band is sitting down here at 77,475. So that is for the yearly VWAP. Okay, yearly VWAP. Sitting down there, 77,475. Coming into these lows over here. That is going to be our last point of support. After that, it's all over. Because it's a beautiful Monday in Asia. Wait, what? Because 126 was the top? Do what? I don't like buying when I personally I don't like buying when things are in the gutter. That's just, especially altcoins. I'll buy Bitcoin, but altcoins, no way. You couldn't. Well, I guess you could pay me to buy it, but if you're just gonna give me the money, if you say, hey, you have to buy ETH with this, I'll be like, I mean, I guess, but I mean, I guess. If you're gonna twist my arm and you're gonna say, "But," I guess I'd have to. I don't know. You'd have to have a gun to my head, probably. Then I'd probably do it. Here, take this money, but you can't do whatever you want with it. You have to buy ETH. Ugh, really? Why? Why ETH? Fine. I guess I'll use ETH. Ugh. I'm not saying I would take money for anything, just so you know. Just so you know. Rolling VWAP. VWAP. Got the bottom side of that. We got that deviation times 2 bands in there at 79,895 on the rolling VWAP. This one is based on the 1 month. On the 1 month. There we go. There's your 1 month rolling VWAP. Looking good, looking good. Once we start hitting the bottom end of that of those bands, then we start looking for some reversal indications. Like right here, we see first it gave the bullish divergence here, and it actually put one in here as well. Boom, 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 and then boom. Okay. So nice bullish reversal there. So when you get at the extremes of the bands, you look for signs of reversal. Right now, let's see, when was money flow the thickest over here? Pretty much right at the bottom. But then once money flow popped back up to the upside, shout out to Chart Prime, by the way. They don't sponsor me or anything, but indicator's still pretty cool. Nice little flip here of the 0 line. You flip it here on the trend fusion first, then you get the big push on the money flow. Nice little push right there, and that actually came in here on this push right there, and then we had more upside. Imagine that. Green volume matrix, so volume was nice and green here. And then you started seeing the signs of weakness. Okay. As you are moving towards the upside. Don't actually put in a bearish divergence until right here. Got a nice bearish divergence from this high, from these highs to those highs, and then the rollover. Looking good. I miss listening to LBC. Gonna try and schedule my morning so I can listen again. What's going on, Kasim? Thank you for being here. Missed you too. Y'all is amazing. Shout out to AOL. Looked like a good setup. If someone told me not to long, if only someone told me not to long. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know when you're talking about exactly. But when I saw this happen, I think it was still on this candle over here. I alerted the Discord and I said, flash crash, careful with longs. Sure enough, more downside. So just gotta be careful with those longs right now, especially in this environment. It just seems like the sellers got a little bit of David Goggins running through them. Am I right? Band-Aid, what's going on? Maybe a Band-Aid. Thank you for joining us this evening. Do greatly appreciate it. If you guys wouldn't mind helping support the channel by hitting that like button, subscribe, all that good jazz, hit the notification bell, share it out, all the good stuff. We got Bitcoin dominant sitting at 59.3%, trying to push to the upside. It's been a little bit weak against the alts as of late. Hold on, let's zoom this way out. Let's go to the daily. That's more beneficial. Here we go. And yeah, it's trying to get a push here. Do I take this wick into account? Let's see. Did bounce off the 786, interestingly enough. Golden pocket. Yeah, we'll see. But, I mean, the whole market is not looking too hot. Even the NASDAQ is seeing a little bit of a move down as well. Let's go to the hourly so we can see it. So it's also having a sell-off here. It's pretty much got the same move as Bitcoin. Let's see. So you get that nice move there on Friday and selling off on market open. Let's go back to NASDAQ. Selling off on market open. Oh boy. Did something happen? I don't know. Now this still structurally looks better than Bitcoin. I was telling you guys how I prefer big, decisive price action as such. I prefer that. This looks more like a V-shaped recovery than Bitcoin. When you see Bitcoin's all like choppy and sideways and had a big push and then, yeah, all that stuff. But this is more, it's got more oomph in it, which I do like. Structurally speaking, price actionally speaking, I do prefer the bigger moves like that. And we did clear this high, however, potentially turning into an SFP swing failure pattern, just like we did here. So at the very least, probably gonna chill out. As always, we wait to see what Monday does and go from there. And so far, we're starting off with a Bloody Monday. Good times. Let's see, what am I on? Let's go to the 4 hour. Look for 50% retracement. Down here at about 24,730.25. We'll see if it wants to get there. Where are we at from the high? We are above the 50, so we are in premium. In a likely sell zone. Now this could absolutely, this 4-hour candle could close if it can get a little bit of a push down, bounce off of 25,192. If we can get a nice bounce off of that, then maybe it won't roll over. I don't really like it though. I'm in wait and see mode. Especially once we start doing these quick dumps out of nowhere. I'm in very, very much in wait and see mode. Do have a fair value gap that we'll probably want to come back to at some point here on the hourly. It's looking good. Let's do okay, let's see. All right, so we lost this high volume node. We have the next one down here at the point of control at 24,935. Now, if the NASDAQ is going to fall like that, then it is likely that Bitcoin will fall as well. Now, let's go ahead and mark off that node. Let's do a line, and let's do yellow. Let's do this one. Let's thicken it up. There we go. Let's do that. Let's take this node. And then we have the point of control. So what I will look for is for price to come down to this node, get a retrace, maybe tap that fair value gap, potentially even come up to the midpoint, reject the midpoint, lose that node again, and then continue to the downside, down to the point of control. And that will be, if it played out exactly like this, that would be the first, that would be tomorrow. This is all within the next 24 hours that it could do that. I don't usually get trashed in karaoke on Sundays, but I think this Sunday is special. Oh, okay. Army Paper, I know you would. Love it, AG. Some people started singing and not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because. Free falling now. This is a song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friend. $57 silver. Hey, there you go. What's up, David? Gelfand in the house. All right, precious metals. Oh, look at that. Oh, if only someone would have said, we're probably going to come for these relatively equal highs up here. Like some nerd. Still think it's going to do it. Still think it's going to do it. Been saying it ever since they got put in, literally. So, there we go. Better. Actually, I want to see retracement levels, so let's go to standard. There we go. Let's brighten these up. All right, coming up to 786 at 4,274.948 here on gold. That's the 786, currently sitting at 4,238. Looking good, but yeah, if it gets a daily, a 4-hour candle close above the 786 here, especially if it gets a daily, it's even more significant. Then I think the new all-time high will be likely for gold. Potentially, I mean, yeah, potentially even this week. Potential. Silver popping off as well, $57.25 per ounce, going absolutely crazy. Blackie Chan gave away an ounce of silver. Look at that. Equal highs taken. You love to see it. That is not what I wanted. Equal highs. Pew. Taken. As some would say, cup and handle. And you know what? Maybe it is, because patterns do play out more in traditional markets, non-crypto markets, really. It's kind of annoying, but because I started off my trading journey learning patterns, and then I quickly found out that they're actually, I think I just kind of forgot them all. Not really. I didn't really forget them all. I just don't use them. I just don't use the patterns. But there's your cup and handle. Perfect, plain as day. From low to neckline, from breakout. I mean, you're looking at a potential measured move to $65.17. Let's see. $65.11. That's your measured move target for silver based on cup and handle pattern. Now, it's also, if you're not into cups and handles, then it's just an ascending triangle that you got a breakout out of, which is basically what a cup and handle is. So you want to look for a potential pullback if it wants to give one. It may not want to, but yeah, let's see. If it did get up to 65, that's another 13.6% from current price. And so silver just continues to keep on pushing. Long everything. Don't believe these Asians. Jesus, JR, you just made me read that out loud. My 41 ounces of silver love this. I bet they do. Yeah, crypto is awesome. I picked the best year to start day trading. Sure did. Actually, I mean, it hasn't really been too terrible. If you know how to range trade. Yeah, it's actually been pretty gross, actually. It's been a pretty gross year. Especially if you're new to trading. Ugh, gosh, I can't even imagine. Cannot even imagine. That's what I wanted. USDT, look at that. Look at that candle. Massive daily candle on USDT. Yeah, we were talking about this as well. First of all, the relatively equal highs. We also have the apex of this triangle. This one can vary a little bit, but not too much. Pretty much right there. It's close enough. Almost 8%, 7.86%. Let's go ahead and pull a fib. High to low. Just above the golden pocket, just below the 786. What if, whoop, not that one. Let's go here. Let's just touch tops. Let's just touch tips. Touching tips. There we go. Another way to do this, fixed range volume profile, just taking this little range in here. Let's get rid of this real quick so I can see. Point of control down here, value area high up here. We hit the point of control already. We'll see if it'll want to come up to the value area high right here at, oh, hello. You're moving too much, bro. There, 7.61%. Do have the relatively equal highs. Now we can see a push up, and then we can see a push down. Maybe we get a bullish rally or something for a month or so, and then we come up, we break the value area high of the range over here, and then it just continues higher as we go deeper and deeper into crypto winter. It's kind of what it looks like, looking like. Nice little base, you get the push. This was accumulation into stable coins is what it looks like, and this looks like a fleeing into stable coins, which means what? They're selling their crypto. That's what that means. Whoa, sir. Full moon on the 5th, so we will see. It's going to be an interesting week. I made the switch so much easier. But the volatility and then sideways before the next swing is rough. It is rough. Rough. Also, this week, economic data. I told you guys the first week of December was going to be an interesting week because we will start getting more data that is way behind. But we are leading up to Fed week, which is going to be next week. Okay, next week, Wednesday, December 10th, is when we expect to get another rate cut. Let's go to Fed Watch Tool. Flashbang. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. Cover your eyes. Yeah, 87.4% chance of a 25-point cut. Correct? Yes. Wait, what's our current? 375 to 400 down to 350, 375. Yeah. So 25-point cut, 87.4% chance. Pretty much locking that in. So markets might see it as bullish. Maybe it is. Maybe it ain't. I was thinking that maybe we would be bullish going into FOMC, but we'll see. FOMC week is also a crazy one too because you got job openings, JOLTS jobs. This is probably going to just absolutely make the market go a little bit wild. I expect increased volatility going into and following next week's FOMC. So if you're a trader, it might be a nice couple of weeks for us. If you're not a trader and you're just a passive investor, then don't be surprised if the market sees some crazy swings over the next couple of weeks. Do not be surprised. Do not let anything make you make any rash decisions. Now, obviously, if things are cooked from the labor standpoint, which it looks cooked, it's probably not going to be good, bro. It's probably not going to be good. This USDT dominance over the next couple of weeks might end up doing something like this. So, just be careful. Be careful with the longs. Now, Russell, what are we doing, Russell? So this was the $1 million question. And of course, we closed the week barely. Well, lock your fibs. Make your fibs brighter. There we go. Did we get the candle close? Weekly candle close barely above the 786. Typically, I would say that is bullish. And right now, I mean, and it could be. It could be. The problem is this week might not be much of anything for the Russell. Could be some up and down price action as it potentially tries to create a fair value gap in here. So this week we could see some up and down price action that creates a fair value gap, of which next week we would potentially see us get into and get a bounce from. If we get something like that, okay, I mean, something's going on that is positive for markets if that happens, for risk, or at least for risk on environment. But right now, gold and silver is signaling pullback or risk off. And yeah. Oh, excuse me. I'm not sure I have enough dry powder to continue buying below 40K. I don't think that's going to be true because we have the Piper plan. Make sure you guys, first of all, subscribe to Army Piper in the Piper Academy. Make sure you follow him on X at Army Piper. And become a YouTube member to get access, just $5 a month, to Piper Academy Discord, and which has the dynamic DCA, the Piper plan. Check it out. Join the Discord. I highly recommend it. But none of it is financial advice. Oh, I was talking with a friend earlier, and I was talking about how we were talking about. I was just talking about trading and whatnot, and can't remember what I said. I said not financial advice, and go and see your CPA or CFA or whoever, your financial advisor. Make sure you go and get one before you make any decisions on investing and yada yada yada. And I then was like, would it be considered financial advice? Because my friend said, "Oh yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for the advice." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting. Would that be considered financial advice if I'm telling you to go see a financial advisor?" I'm just trying to get in trouble. That's all. The SEC does not like me. They won't let me be the LBC. Total DeFi, not looking good. I mean, this looks like head and shoulders. It just looks like head and shoulders, and it's just going to come back down to the bear market lows. That's what it looks like. This is a total DeFi. I don't really care for DeFi anyway. Decentralized finance, because they're just trying to digitize actual banking and bank practices, which is kind of the antithesis of crypto. I'm talking it's basically fractional reserve banking 2.0, which sucks. You don't want to be able to double spend. That's the whole problem. Because if you didn't know this, you get a loan. Well, guess what just happened? They just created new money. And both the lender and borrower get to use the money. It's dumb. Yeah, ETH looks toast. The more I look at this, the more it's just a little bit of an overextended. Is it even overextended? This will be interesting. Low to high, low to high. I mean, just barely. I mean, it just looks like a ABC correction. That's all that it looks like. Enough to sweep the high over here. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Do not be surprised if ETH goes below $900. I don't know if it's going to do that, but nothing will surprise me at this point. We do have the point of control sitting down here at about $1,600. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the smell? True, I shall continue pushing buttons. This is financial advice. I should use my free college money from the Army to get my financial advisor qualifications. Probably not. You should just retire. I mean, you're already retired, but like travel, you know? Don't spend your money on that. Who cares? Actually, you should donate it. Can you do that? Donate it. Donate your GI Bill. You don't need to put that to use. They would pay all the college and books and a living stipend of $1,700 per month. That's great. I mean, hell, do whatever you want, man. You want to learn more? Go learn more. Nope, can't. Anything else, guys? I don't really. Anything on the news? Anything on the news front? Stocks. What are stocks looking like? We'll do let's do screeners tomorrow. See what we're looking like on potential investments. I think I'm gonna just kind of start my whole entire, because I've been talking to you guys about how I'm trying to do a little bit more investing in stocks, and so yeah, that's what I want to do. But that might not start until the beginning of the year, around when I have a little bit more free capital to put into things. Because right now it's kind of like I gotta get the kids Christmas stuff. So already did got pretty much most of it. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty early for stocks. Probably need to wait for tomorrow. That's the S&P 500. Is there? Can I just see what's live right now? The Russell. Bit of a mixed bag. Look, we're red and green. The holiday spirit. We have a whole stock list on the Discord. There you go. I have a whole stock list too. Yo, bro, learning is fun. Use it or lose it. Nope, can't use it or lose it. Gotcha. Custom formulas. Let's go to, yeah, let's do that. Custom formulas. So this is the Mag 7. NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, all in one. This is the Mag 7. Nice gap down here. This looks like, okay, we got a close below an internal low, a pullback. Yeah, this actually does not look all that great. Let's pull the fib on here. Okay, broke above the 50% retracement. We'll see if it wants to get up to the golden pocket here. But if this starts to roll over, then it's game over. That trend fusion is trying to push towards the zero line, or it is pushing towards the zero line, trying to break the zero line. And once again, my zero line has disappeared. I don't understand it. I don't know why it continues to do that. The zero line inside the indicator doesn't seem to be working for some reason. There we go. So there's my zero line on that. Yeah, so we're tapping that zero line. We'll see if it'll try to get a bounce off of it. We do have a bunch of bearish divergences putting in here, but our money flow is green and has gotten pretty thick. Well, it did a couple months ago, but it's been starting to come down. Let's go to the daily chart. The only person that got a Christmas gift to open in our family is Gypsy. True story. Well, there you go. Care about your dogs more than you do the people. Can't blame you. All right, so we got a gap up here at the 786. That's going to be the one that needs to get broken. You're going to want to break through that in order for us to see any strength in these assets. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 versus the TLT. This one's actually not looking too terrible. Let's put this one on Hike and Nashies. Let's get with the spirit. Come on now. Hike and Ashies. Nice little grind here on the daily. Let's go to the weekly. So just so you know, this is the S&P 500 versus the dollar. It's essentially what it is. 10-year treasuries. People are really banking on the stock market more than they are the dollar, let me tell you. That's kind of what this is saying. Betting on the market more than the dollar. Bitcoin dominance without stablecoin sitting at 65.21%. Global capital, global liquidity looking potentially toppy, maybe. Doesn't take long. There's always some country that needs to print more money. But this has the US M2, China M2, Euro, JP, so JP Morgan, what's it called? The Japanese yen, then the British pound M2. So it's literally global liquidity. I got Grok to produce me this formula. And it works out. Pretty wild formula. So on the Heikinashis here on Bitcoin, let's actually go over to the prime chart. There we go. You can see we've got the previous week low sitting right here on Bitcoin at $85,202. We've got the trend fusion on the downside. Our volume matrix is starting to fade into red with the money flow pushing to the downside. This is a 4-hour again. We did not get above the dynamic reactor. We didn't even touch the 4-hour dynamic reactor on either the Heikinashis or the standard candles. Of course, this actually isn't Heikinashis. This is actually the color candles inside the Market Dynamics Pro. So if I was to turn that off, you would see all the beautiful colors. But yeah, you can see we came up to this liquidity zone, rejected the liquidity zone, and now we're going to go for this low and potentially even this order block. This other liquidity zone down here, this is actually a liquidity zone at $81,857. Doesn't look good. Does not look good. Be cautious. Be wary of anything that does kind of a pullback into this giant candle down here, over here, because it'll probably roll over. I mean, this has been the story since the October high. It's been rally and roll over, rally and roll over, rally. The trend is your friend until The very end. And that's going to be it. It's still time to play the shorts, in my opinion. For now, until the high time frame trend changes, it's play short. It's the short game. It's the short game. ADA just got cooked. Why is what do you mean it just got cooked? What do we mean by this? Let's go to Kraken. Okay. Let's see. Bear market lows are over here. ADA just looks cooked in general. This chart does not look good. It does not look good. This looks like a megaphone. ADA to 2 cents. 2.5. Nope. Yeah, 2.5. More conservative, 9 cents. That's if this is to play out like this. Who knows? But ADA has literally been doing nothing but pumping and selling off. Pump, sell off. Pump, sell off. What happens if you stop getting buyers? You fall right on through. ADA looks like absolute trash. Not a fan. Oh, F, LOL, 9 cents. ADA Ace is going to be a grumpy cuss. ADA falling to 25 cents. I mean, probably bare minimum. It's at 38 right now. 25's at the lows here. So, yeah, would not be surprised if it did that. It's just, I don't know if I've ever seen a chart that looks like this do something like this. I don't think I've ever seen it. This doesn't look good. Does not look good. But hey, I mean, never say never. Just stick with the probabilities. Stick with the odds. The odds are it's more downside. It is what it is. And that's cool for Bitcoiners because we can just stack more sats. But outside of that, I'm still not touching. I'm not touching him, man. I'm not touching alts. I'm just not gonna do it. Why would I? There's really nothing valuable about most of them. I hate to say it because I used to think that there was something valuable about them, and there are some of them that have some kind of use case and even potential pretty strong futures potentially. But we're already seeing it. We've got shout out to Johnny December tagging me in this video. I gotta hit that like button. Don't worry, I'll get to it. I got a baby and stuff. Okay, other kids, wife, putting up Christmas tree, Christmas stuff. It's been a really busy last few days. Hasn't really felt much like a break from work. I'll tell you that much. But Walmart. I heard or saw this video that Johnny December shared about, hey, they're accepting crypto, and you can use this OnePay app. And I went to look at the OnePay app, and it didn't say anything about crypto on it. I was listening to the video, and it sounds like it's just Walmart that basically built their own blockchain, and you can use it. I guess you can spend crypto with it, and it just automatically converts the crypto straight into to cash or something. I don't know what that means for adoption, to be perfectly honest. it just seemed, I mean, and I've thought this for a while, and that is just that, and you know, for a while, I didn't think that these companies would create their own blockchains. I thought that they would just use existing ones, but I did think that eventually it would get to a point where blockchain cryptos were being used. They were just, you just wouldn't really know. You just wouldn't really know. It would just be like a thing that they use. Kind of like how, you know, credit cards, debit cards. It's just kind of like it's the rails, you know. I thought it was just going to be, you know, they were going to build on top of these existing blockchains, but no, a lot of these companies, especially the big ones with big money, decided, hey, we're just going to build our own. We're going to hire these devs from these projects, and we're going to build our own blockchains because we don't want to expose ourselves to other blockchains, which are decentralized blockchains, which is perfectly understandable for a company, to be honest. It just is. It's completely understandable. But yeah, they're saving. The Walmart will save an estimated. Well, it's not what they'll save because what they spend like $4 to $6 billion a year just in credit card transaction fees. And so, make your own blockchain, interact with crypto, basically no fees. They say 0 fees, but pretty much no fees. So you get to save $4 to $6 billion. Of course, it won't be like that starting off because people got to adopt the crypto and actually use it and not their cards, not their credit cards, which, you know, everybody's like, you know, I saw the news for Black Friday, you know, the record-setting Black Friday deals, and I'm just like, yeah, spent more money, 1, for less items, 2, for 3, I want to see some credit card statements because if I don't have money, I know most people don't have money. So, yeah, it's kind of a, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, fam. I don't know. It might be a record-setting day and all, but I think that it kind of, I don't know. How much of that was layaway or whatever they're calling it these days? Pay later. That's the question. Point is, just because it's a record-setting day in sales doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't mean it's not misleading. Those headlines aren't misleading. So, looks like more downside. Protect yourselves. Use a tight stop. If you plan on doing any kind of longs, I would make them short term, very short term, in and out. If you're scalping, if you are looking for swing trades, I would just stick to shorts. Look for a pop up. Look for a little brief pump up, and then put in the short. Put on the tight stop, and then let it and see what happens. But right now, I think it's still short season until that high time frame trend actually changes. So we'll see. So let's see what Monday gives us, and we'll be back tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Lunar Beaches Crypto. Thank you all for joining me this evening. If you wouldn't mind, before you leave, before you head out, smashing up that like button, number one way to support the channel, and subscribing and sharing and hitting that notification bell to be notified for when I create new content and when I go live. Join the Discord, pinned in the chat, also in the description of the stream. Yeah. I will see you all tomorrow night. I forgot to do a Thanksgiving giveaway for stickers, And that just reminded me, I need to get Post-its, stamps. I need to get stamps. I still need to get stamps. Sorry, guys. I'll get it done. I promise. I'll get it done. But yeah. Anyways, thank you all for joining me. I will see you all tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will catch you all then. Try to find a song before I go. It's not working. I'm just trying to stall by talking like the sloth on Zootopia. Thank you guys. Mad love. I'll see you all later. See you in the trenches. Ride the waves. Love you all. Mad love. God bless. Bye.
It's the LBC boys riding in the storm again. Moon guys above us. Wave rider beside us. Welcome to the trenches, partner. Let's ride. Came up from the dust, no trust in the system. Fed playing God while they printing and twisting. Now we stacking sets, got a mission, not wishing. LBC the crew in the code we enlisting. Got the block in my vein, yeah. DeFi my brain, yeah. Every dip's just a setup for the next big game. Outlaws in the legend, Red Bulls off chain. Got them Wall Street suits for the crypto pain. We in the crypto trenches, I ain't no surrender. Wave riders riding through the bear and the blender. Fears dying slow, yeah, the world gon' remember. When the moon guys rise, we the ones to defend them. We the ones to defend them. Digital dust trail, riding on those, ain't no banks. When we break these codes, smart contracts, outlaws reload. Freedom on the chain, that's the new road. They said we dream too loud, we said bet. Now our wallets got truth they ain't seen yet. We breaking that chain with a keyboard set. And every way we ride, they drowning dead. From the ATL blocks to the Texas plain. We trade in silence, but we move with flame. Moonlight glows on the rebels' aim. LBC forever, remember the name. Crypto trenches, no fear, no limit.